Alright, hello everyone. We're shooting 200 yards today. And basically I'm shooting through basically a 4-inch gap that kind of looks like this V over here. It's almost about 200 feet down. So basically that's the only path I have to get this bullet to go where I want it to go. Okay, let's go see if I got any hits. I'm walking up through the woods now towards the target. Okay, I'm at the 110 yard mark right now. This is where I normally shoot from. And you can see the target out there between the two trees. Between two trees, not the two trees that had a set up between. The other two trees had a 4-inch gap. Those have almost about 2 feet in between them. Let's get a little closer. That's looking back in the direction towards my shooting position. You can see the V that I shoot between right there. It's just to the left of that big tree in front of me. You'll see there's a tree there and it makes like a little bit of V. There's about a 4-inch gap there. That's where the bullet has to come through. All right, I'm about 50 yards out now from my target. You can see a satellite dish in the back there with a piece of paper in between it. That's at about 50 yards. That's the distance that most people normally shoot at most shooting ranges, or rather the max distance. All right, now I'm about 5 yards away. You can see my wind ribbons hanging all around the target, so I can see which way the wind's blowing. And let's see, do I have my 10 hits? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. Looks like I got 2 to the left here. Yesterday the wind was blowing to the right, and I made a windage adjustment to the left. It looks like I went a little too far, so I'm gonna have to bring it back over 1 click to the right. But that's my shooting for today. Hey everyone, I want to take a second to give some credit to Ruger for making a great AR rifle. This Ruger 5.56 MPR. Basically it gave me I think a decent grouping at 200 yards. Now I was shooting in a prone position. Basically I had pretty minimal support. I had a bag in front of the rifle, and then I had a sock in the back, a sand sock in the back. I'm using the Primary Arms 1:8 scope. So the rifle, I bought it for $620. I think it's up to about $640 now. The scope with the mount was $400. So basically, I got about $1,000 a rifle there. I'm very happy with it. The only thing I did is I took off the muzzle brake that comes with the rifle, because I found it annoyingly loud. Like, it was so loud that I found that it just was a distraction to me. So I just put on a standard birdcage. Works pretty good. The gun is pretty, it's not very loud. It's got an 18-inch cold hammer forged barrel, and I'm gonna guess because of those, because it's a little longer than your typical 16-inch barrel, it seems like it's a little quieter. And the other thing is the recoil on this seems a little bit lighter. And I think that has something to do with the way the gas system. I think it has something to do with using a mid-length gas system on an 18-inch barrel. So it's a very smooth recoiling rifle, and they give you a really nice stock that with a QD mount where you can put the sling over there. And I have the sling mounted on the other side. I had to use an aftermarket M-lock. Let me hold it a little bit further out so you can see it better. I use an aftermarket M-lock mounting point. It's getting a little dark now, so that's why you really can't see it as well. But I just wanted to give a little bit of credit to the rifle, because I think the rifle's a lot better than I am, to be honest. I think, I have, with this rifle at 110 yards, I have gotten groupings of down to almost 1.75 inches. I think the best ever was 1.5, but I definitely get in under 2 inches with this rifle at 110 yards. At the 200 yards, it opened up a little bit, but also I'm in a much less comfortable position. I'm not shooting from the benched position that I normally shoot this rifle from. I'm shooting from a prone position, and I was shooting on top of snow and rocks, and the ground wasn't extremely comfortable to shoot on, but it's a very realistic type of situation. So, as a combat rifle, I think is a damn good rifle. It's got a pretty light trigger. I think it's a 2-stage trigger. I think it's got like a 1 pound take up, and then you have a 4 pound trigger, which is great for distance shooting. The only drawback is that you can't use thick gloves with this trigger, because you might accidentally set the rifle off. But that's kind of the only drawback with the light triggers, but it definitely makes for great shooting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.